Before we get to more of the post-career, I got to hear the Bazooka Joe story.
If there's one story that kind of sums up my career, this is pretty much it. I'd love to give you Cole's Notes version. I'm going to try my best, and I apologize. I'm a little long-winded.
Yeah,
so my kids never let me speak at home. Yeah, so back in the we're playing New York Rangers, New York Islanders first year. We had that team, the old 85 Oilers team, but it's 97 in New York right now. And we're like, there's no salary cap, but we're expected to do pretty well. But we're about to lose to the Islanders and not make the playoffs. Huge New York rivalry, and we're in Long Island. And if we lose this game, we're pretty much done for the playoffs. And the crowd goes crazy because we have Gretz there anywhere we went. And we get down, they score a goal to make it 3-0, and their building is rocking. Crazy. And it's like and Gretz goes out there, they're, a couple minutes left to go in the game, and they're like, okay. Gretz goes out to take the face off, and the ref's like, whoa, there's a timeout been called. And Gretz goes back and sees our coach, John Muckler, and looks at Muck, and Muck's like, sometimes I think Muck would fall asleep on the bench sometimes. I don't mean to say that, but yeah, I think he fell. Anyways, so Muck is like, I didn't call a timeout. So then Gretz looks at their bench and goes over to see their bench and goes over in there, and because Gretz can do that.
Yeah.
Wayne goes over to their bench and says, "Do you guys call a timeout?" And the guys on the team kind of roll their eyes and point up to Mike Milbury, like that. Mike Milbury called the coach. Let me preface this by saying I love Mike Milbury, but for the story, I'm just going to play I'm a Ranger at the time. Okay, I work with Mike. I love Mike, but at the time, he's a coach of the New York Islanders. They called the timeout, and there he is, Mike. As I've spoke to him after, he said, I wanted to make sure the guys were calm and ready at, no. It was 3-0, and he was standing up there like, enjoy, the crowd going crazy, and he was they just eliminated us, and they were loving it. And now Gretz yells at them, then comes back to our bench and goes to Muckler and Mucks, and I think Mucks might have taken another nap at this point, but he's like, Mucks! And he's like, they called the timeout, and he's like, what? He looks at them. He starts. This is where there's going to be a little bit of swearing, and it's not me. It's everybody else. So he looks at everyone on their bench and says, what the They start yelling back, coaches, and Milbury's not saying anything. And Muckler's like, you want to play that fucking game? You want to play that fucking game? Stalker, get your lineup. Stalker, get your fucking lineup. It's fucking 3 minutes left to go in the third period. I haven't played since.
Why am I getting punished?
3 minutes since the first period. So now, for regular people are thinking, well, whatever. That's 17 minutes in the first, and then another 20, and then another 17. It's not that bad. No. That's like 2.5 hours since you've touched the ice.
At least 90 minutes.
Like 2 hours, man. I haven't touched the ice, and now I'm the one thing in the NHL that you get into an abundance of is tape, and back then, Bazooka Joe gum.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Like it was
lost its flavor in 3 seconds.
It's lost it 100%.
And they tear hard as a rock chewing it.
So much tape and Bazooka Joe gum. So we're in Long Island, and we're sitting, the Long Island bench is like the other team's there, glass, a little photographer, then their team. But there's 2 seats, and then the door, and then the team. Or the rest of the guys. I call them the team because I wasn't allowed to sit over there.
Yeah, I would always sit on the end, too.
I'm sitting on the end because we didn't play.
Yeah.
Right?
You have everyone's way. I just want to be comfortable, not to keep moving.
So, again, 2.5 hours of me not playing hockey, and I try my ADD, ADHD, YMCA, NBA, trying to keep it all going on at the same time. I play games. So, I'd spy with my little eye with the backup trainer, the goalie, anybody. Another game's a fun one to play is for people watching. You guys can thank me or get some Pink Whitney. Plug.
Appreciate that. Send you some.
Thank you very much. A blackjack with the clock. So whenever the clock stops, let's say R.A., Witt, and Biz and I are playing and I'm house, the first whistle, the last number, let's say it starts at 1959, R.A. would get a 9. And you wait till the next whistle, Biz, you'd get that. And you play blackjack. And me as house at 16 would always have to hit. So, whatever, $20 a hand, and you just do this throughout the game, and it's 5-2, your team's losing, but you just hit blackjack, and whoa! And the coach will look down at you, and you're like, so this, I had all kinds of stupid things to keep myself. I wouldn't play for hours. This particular night, I'm sitting on the Long Island bench, and it's just me and Darren Langdon, who's one of the best human beings ever. Langer from Newfoundland he was the best. I just love Darren Langdon. And this particular night, Langer is on my left, and I'm sitting here, and I filled my glove up with Bazooka Joes. There's 3 colors of Bazooka Joes. There's grape, there's like a red.
Cherry, right?
The cherry, and like a pink.
And the traditional, original, yeah.
Yeah, 3. And as Witt says, we were betting $20 a guess of which one I was going to pull out of my glove next.
Oh, my God.
Okay? And the only one, if you opened a purple one, we chewed it. That was it. And you chew it for 3 seconds until your mouth went.
And it was great, those 3 seconds.
Yeah,
it was
great. So we take a few seconds of bet. Okay, purple. It's red. You owe me $20. Pink. It's pink. I owe you $20. And we did this for like the 3rd period. 3 minutes left to go. I still got half a glove of Bazooka Joes. And like, stalker, get your lineup. It's your fucking lineup. Fucking Darren Langdon's skates are undone. I have no tape on my shin pads. And Bill Berg was our other line mate, but Billy killed penalties, and Billy was a superstar.
Remember, he snapped his leg. Remember that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think his career ended with a compound fracture, right?
But not in this story, RA. You just jumped in.
That's
all right.
That's all right.
That's another story, RA.
That's my hockey memory.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go Scotty Gomez, Spiderweb, choose your own ending, Goosebumps, Errol Stein. Let's go.
So, anyways, we end up, Stalker, get your, so I'm like, get your line up. I fucking quickly tape around here, and I used to put water on myself to wake myself up, like water on my head, water on my arms, water on my hands, everywhere. And I quickly, there's like, Stalker, get out there. Langer's tying up his skates, trying to get ready, and we put our line out there, and it's myself, again, and we're nothing from tough guys whatsoever, but we were our 4th line. Darren Langdon, super tough guy. Myself, Bill Berg. We had Eric Cairns and Bruce Driver. Our goalie was Danny Cloutier. They decide to put their most offensive line out there, thinking that they're not going to do anything. It's Tchaikovsky, Zygmunt Palffy, Trevor Linden, Jean-Jacques Daigneault, and a young Zdeno Chara. Their goalie, Tommy Salo. Well, I'm at center ice, and I haven't played, and I'm fired up, and everyone's swearing, and the building's rocking, and they go to drop the puck, and I take my stick, and I don't know why. I never did this. I decide I'm going to slash Trevor Linden across the chest, just like right across his belly, like right here. The problem is, when I went on the ice, I tried to shake all the Bazooka Joe gums out of my glove. And when I went to take the face off and finally put my glove on, because I had a really big mouth guard, I put my mouth guard and put my glove, and my fingers still couldn't fit into my glove because there were still Bazooka Joes slammed in the bottom of my glove. So I'm holding my stick with like 2 fingers, and I slash Trevor Linden like this, and he looks at me and he's like, "What are you doing?" But again, I have such a big mouth guard in, and I can't because I work for fighting, and I'm like, I wanted to tell him, like, piss off. And I take my stick and go to hit him again. It's like a wet noodle. Like this, and hits him like this. And it's just kind of like the puck goes, Trevor was a right-handed face-off, won it back, went to Zdeno Chara. Zdeno Chara is now at the red line. I get there as fast as I can, which was probably 3 minutes later to get there. And I jump up, and I freaking, for Bruins fan, I elbow Zdeno Chara like there's no tomorrow, and I jumped so high, I got him right here. I got him right in the sternum, and he looks down like this. "You okay, kid?" And then before you know it, Darren Lang, our goalie's Danny Cloutier. Danny Cloutier stops the puck behind the net, so they blow the whistle because I have a penalty for like half slashing and then like kind of jumping on Chara. Darren Lang, the only guy who can go after is Chara. It's a young Chara. It's not a Bruins Chara. So it's not an Islanders Chara. So Langer comes and jumps on top of me to go after Chara. And then Brukaboom comes and jumps on top of Langer to go after Chara. Anyways, we end up, a fight breaks out, and I get stuck with Tchaikovsky. And he's like, I think he was dating a Bond model at that time.
Mariusz Tchaikovsky, Polish
I wanted
kid, right?
to talk to him about that, but he wouldn't talk to me, and I didn't want to hit him.
What are you doing?
Yeah, well, he has a visor on, and I go to punch him, and he just doesn't move. So I'm like, okay, here's the deal. Let's just stay here, and nothing happens, and let's be cool. Let's be buddies, get me Bond tickets, whatever. And he's kind of like, no one's moving, and that's it. Until Billy Guerin's fighting Trevor Linden, knocks Trevor Linden to the ground. Trevor falls down, and then Tchaikovsky pushes me off to go save his Trevor Linden. And as he goes to save Trevor Linden, it's like a comic. I grab him by the back of the jersey. It's like that stretch thing, like he's about to get there and his feet stop, and I'm holding him back and I pull him and I start punching him a bunch of times. Their goalie, Tommy Salo, comes after me. Danny Cloutier's our goalie, who, if you guys have ever seen Clouch.
Oh, he's tough.
Tough.
Real tough.
You got to watch this video. Another hockey fights.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Clouch goes down and takes off all his upper body gear and goes after Tommy Salo, then challenges their bench, and it's a big
very famous brawl
of everything. It's Islander Rangers brawl that it was great. It was our goalie is sitting there with his turtleneck on and a neck challenging their bench. That was hockey back then. Anyways,
I'm sorry.
So everyone gets kicked off the ice, and as they're about and ready to start the game back up, and they're like the new goalie that's in for Tommy Salo. I forget who it was at the time. He has to hit the ice because as we were fighting, my gloves got kicked around and everything, and all the gum got loose, and now there was Bazooka Joes all over the ice. So the game was like delayed another 3 minutes, as every time they went to start, they had to pick up. So that pretty much sums up my hockey career.